your reality is like there has to be some type of goal you're working towards, some type of something to keep you pushing in life. Like that's borderline like depression. Usually they say depression is like you stressing over the past or something like that. But like that person's given up. Like it's hard to say that he is alive because he's just
He's not. There is no life in him. He's dead already. He decided to die. He decided to be death. He decided to be on this rock and not move forward. Like that's what he decided to do, and that's the part that's the thing that I had a problem with when he said it. And like I looked over at him.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. And it's me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're here back again to inspire, to enlighten you guys to be better than you were yesterday. Alrighty.
All right, man.
Whoa.
It was kind of funny, but like I'm like always talking about expanding out in a new territory and breaking out of that comfort zone and doing things that you ain't never done before. And I ain't gonna say this is something I ain't never done before, but it's just something that it's been a while since I actually did, like organize an event.
Okay.
This hasn't been something that I worked on in a few years now. So put together this Shut Up and Write group.
Okay.
And made all the plans, got the library space and all that. And then on the day of, I forgot about it.
Come on. How you forget about your own event? False.
It's crazy. I'm not the details person, bro. Like I set it up. Like that's why I keep people around me that can lock in on details. Because when I lock in on details, I can't focus on what I need to focus on. So like I need more detail oriented people around me. But the fact is, like with all the overtime and stuff going on, Alyssa's her detail focus has been on the job for the most part. So she hasn't been able to keep up with all of the stuff that I've been putting down. I've been having to write notes and everything too. So that's another thing in of itself. So I'm like sitting up in the parking lot waiting on her to get off. And like for real, like I don't never be rushing Alyssa to come out the building. Like the only time she socializes is when she at work for the most part. And I just kind of like let her have that little powwow with her folks or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm sitting in the car just like chilling. And I think about it. I'm like, yo, what's the day? Like I got some stuff that I had to post out this week to my email list. And I'm like, yo, what's the day? And I look at the date. I'm like, the 6th. Oh shit. Something ain't right here. Look at the calendar, go into the Meetup app, saw that the joint was posted. It was like some more people RSVP said it was going. I was like, oh my God, that's the day. Looked at the time, brother. I had literally like 20 minutes to get there.
Come on.
I ran in the building, saw Alyssa with her people. Like I'm talking, she with her managers, everybody. Like I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. I'm like, look, I ain't the type to rush you. We got that meetup to get to. She was like, what meetup? I was like, the meetup that was planned for the day, and we completely forgot about. She was like, oh shit! Like we just ran up out that joint, bro. Got there. It was like it was like 5 people already sitting in the room waiting on me, and yeah, it was awkward, bro.
I mean, you're human. Was the event successful? Like y'all had people that actually came out?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
It was like 5 people already there when we got there, so it worked out.
That's dope. That is dope.
Yeah.
You know, planning and time management, that is key. It'll slip up on you when you have like more than one thing going on at one time. Um, it happens to the best of us. I've planned things and like things snuck up on me. Uh, that's very interesting. Um, my week is it's been pretty decent. Uh, I ain't gonna try to keep it like work heavy, but you know, work is work. But outside of work, like I've been trying to kind of keep things like structured. Like Courtney wants to go to the gym, so I'm gonna try to like have a detailed plan of like, all right, this is the time we're allotted inside of work and outside of work. So we got to keep things tight. We got to keep things rolling. This is what we can do. This is what we can't do. Another thing, you know, uh, to lose weight or to get down in size, it's not just, you know, working out. It has to be a life switch. Like we have to change up some of the things that we're eating. Stop going out as much. Stop snacking here and there. You know, if we are gonna snack, let it be like a healthy alternative or something like that. But yeah, a lot of planning is gonna go into that. We gonna get it right. We gonna get things right.
I was wondering why we turned into a health podcast.
Ah, just a little something. I mean, hey, address the elephant. You know, if there's something that you want to change in your life, you know, plot it out, figure out what you need to do, and you know, go for it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, bruh, something happened this week though,
Mm.
and I want to and oh wait, I didn't know how to feel about it when it happened, but I just feel like I wanted to bring it here
Mm.
because the suggestion that Alyssa gave me last night for like what the what I could bring to the episode as far as topics are concerned.
Mm.
But I was talking to one of our mutual coworkers, and like I was just asking, like I like finally talked to my man, and finally got him to understand, like, yo, you want something, and that's fine, but there's going to have to be a change,
Mm.
and I can help you with that change. I can't help you get to the level above me, but I can help you at least be me. If that's what you really want, we can really sit down and focus on that. I can train you up and do whatever I need to do to get you there. But bro, I need you to stop fucking playing around with me, bro. I
Come on.
literally had to have that conversation with him, man. Cause he's like, yo, I feel like this is happening. I feel like that's happening. I'm like, bro, you right. That is happening. But what's the problem is not what's happening to you. The problem is how you're reacting to it. So I had to
Mm.
have that conversation with them, and like, and really dive deep into the insecurities that he was having, and like I ain't rather go deep into that because he ain't even what I'm here to talk about, bro. But it was when I got his homeboy, I caught his homeboy slipping, man. I asked him, I'm like, yo, what is it that you want? Because I'm like, yo, I'm sitting here talking to him. You walk up, you listening to a conversation about goals. What is it that you want, bro? And like my man said that I'm just comfortable with the way things are. It's like, what do you mean by that? You just comfortable the way things are? You comfortable with this? Like, I don't believe that. It's like, what do you mean you don't believe that? I'm like, bro, you walk around here complaining about this. So how are you comfortable with this? Like, what are you talking about? You just comfortable with this? I was like, bro, you don't want to make an impact on the world. You don't want to do something with your life. When you die, what do you want to leave behind? He's like, there's billions of people on this world. I could never make an impact on it. And I was like, wow, bro,
Mm.
wow. Like it's really people out here who believe that, dog.
Wholeheartedly.
wholeheartedly. Like he said it with the most serious face. Like he was smiling at first when the conversation first started, but then when he said that, bro, like you should have seen. Like I wish you had seen the look on his face when he said that shit, bro. Like the whole mood switch, bro. I was like, I didn't even know how to, I didn't even know
Respond.
how to respond to it, bro. Like I was like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah. You have those people that are just like that are alive and just living. Like I'm pretty sure I know the person you're talking about. And he said something similar to me once when me and another coworker was talking about like goals and dreams, and they just like, yeah, I'm just floating through life. I'm like, that's it.
I'm trying to figure out where you floating to, bro.
Right. And it's just like, I mean, you have those people. You have people that are gonna work a job. You know, jobs need workers, and sadly to say that there's people that gonna fill that spot. Um,
I gotta move them boxes. It ain't gonna be me.
big facts. It's what because that's a part of your a part of your reality is like there has to be some type of goal you're working towards, some type of something to keep you pushing in life, like
Yeah.
that that's borderline like depression. Usually they say depression is like you stressing over the past or something like that, but like that person's given up. Like I, it's hard to say that he is alive because he's just
He's not.
he's
There's no life in him. He's dead already. He decided to die.
like
He decided to be death. He decided to be on this rock and not move forward. Like that's what he decided to do, and that's the part that's the thing that I had a problem with when he said it. And
mhm.
like I looked over at his homie, and he was like, yeah. And like I wanted to tell him like, yo, when you hanging around somebody who ain't got no goal in life, and you got goals, bro, what you think you about to do? Like I wanted to say that, but I think it's a different way I wanted to approach it.
Mhm.
But like the way it happened and what was going on in the environment,
Mhm.
like the more I looked at it, the more I understood why he felt like that. Because like if you think about it, bro, life in general puts you in that mode where where that's the only thing that you feel. Like if you think about it, if you weren't strong enough mentally to handle what's going on around you,
Mhm.
then you'll fall victim to what's going on around you.
Yeah.
If that make any sense. Because like I promise you, right after that, during like in the process of us having that conversation, management walked up and management was like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck about these dudes' feelings. We got blue lights on and the recirc rate high." I promise you, bro. Like right in the middle of that conversation, like I couldn't even finish it. And look, the bad thing about it, I'm in the process of having a conversation about these dudes' mindsets that make them a better asset to the team, and management walk up and was like, "That ain't important right now. Get on these blue lights. Y'all need to stop bullshitting, stop playing around, stop talking." And then one of my colleagues look at me and say I'm babying them just because I'm trying to have a mental powwow.
Mm.
I'm like, bruh, uh,
And that's crazy because our job is, oh man, that is mental health awareness, people.
oh yeah, they all about mental health awareness, but I'm trying to figure out which part of the mental health you trying to focus on. That's the only thing I'm trying to focus on. You got the Zen booth up front, and you tell the people they can go up in that joint and start screaming and doing whatever they want because it's soundproof. And like I'm trying to figure out, like you say you care about mental health, but I'm just trying to figure out which part of that of mental health do you care about? Do you care about I don't know, like maybe it's like a different aspect. It's like a corporate mental health and then like a personal mental health. I don't know. Maybe they only care about the corporate mental health. I don't know. They could have just made up one.
Probably. Uh,
Or
that,
just to put it in there to say they can't get sued for it.
that's crazy. We are very much so mental health advocates. You know, talk to somebody, listen to somebody, this podcast, anything that just gets you out of the zone of depression, of not moving forward. Get out of that. You have to. Living is a journey. It's a starting point and there's a goal. That's life. Without a goal, you have no life. Like, you're just like the guys were talking about. You're floating through life. You're letting life happen to you instead of you happening to life. Like, you're not a part of it anymore.
Instead of
You're
taking
just
charge.
exactly you
That's all it is, about taking charge, bro.
big facts. And what gets me is people will make it to their 20s, their 30s, and they'll just stop. They'll just give up. Like, I can't do this anymore. You've just begun. You're in your prime, and you're calling it quits because you had a couple of falls. Like, you survived so far. You've made it through, high school. You've made it through the schooling, boy, if that's what you went to. If you went to college, you made it through that. But people get so bent up out of shape over like one mishaps. Oh, you failed a test. You failed a class. All right, there's more classes that you still gotta take. You can take the class over again. Uh, and they're just like, I'm nothing. They just beat themselves up over this one negative moment in their life when they have like countless of positive moments. And yeah, it's a mental thing that we dwell on the negative, but like you have to battle that with your positive. Like, you have to bring that out of you. No one's gonna bring it out for you. No one knows your accolades. You got to bring that forward. You got to be on your starboard mentality. You gotta own it. Just like you were when you were a little kid, you believed you could do anything. All right, we
Anything.
still know that now. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Put the discipline behind it also. Because some people, the reason we fail the test is like, oh, we studied for a day or two. We read the material, thought we memorized it, and then when the test came, we didn't understand it. So these uh new ways that the teacher, especially in college, they'll give you the formulas and then they'll be like, boom, totally different.
The whole study guide, they'll show you the study guide. Y'all be going over the answers, and then the test be like remix.
Big facts. And you never understood the processes fully. So now you're confused. It's not the same as the stuff you read from the study guide. So then you fail. It's all about, understanding what you learn. Because you can learn things and then regurgitate it, but are you truly understanding it so you can actually like tweak it, make it better, uh remix it even. That's life. That's what you have to do in life.
Yeah, like I like to tell people, like, go back to the point where you stop believing that you can be president.
Ooh.
Like, figure out whichever that point is. So, like, bro, you got answers. Like, I remember being in elementary school, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and the teacher asked us, write down what we want to be when we grow up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember people's answers, bro. I remember hearing princess in there.
Mm.
I remember hearing queen, astronaut, president, doctor, firefighter, police officer. Like, I heard all of it, and like the amount, I know most of these kids now, or most of it, because I mean, granted, they all adults now. I know that majority of them didn't do the things that they didn't do, nowhere near what they wanted to do. I mean, granted, nobody has been like, I don't even think any of them do politics or anything now. But there was a lot of presidents in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of doctors in the room, a lot of lawyers in the room, judges in the room. But they haven't done what they said they were going to do. Even hell, I wrote King on mine. It's like I like, for real. Life at some point brings you to a situation where you don't believe in yourself enough to do the things that you said you want to do. And here's the problem. You're consistently comparing your skill and your inner knowledge to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So what's a grain of salt to the ocean, bro?
Insignificant.
So where we mess up at, we start listening to people. We start listening to the world. We start looking at the world around us, and we start molding ourselves based on what the world is around us instead of molding ourselves to become what the world needs. Like I'll be the first one to tell you, like, yo, if you want some shit to change, you got to be the change. And like I told my man yesterday, like, bro, like this ain't about you. This ain't about things happening to you. This is about things. This is about you taking charge of how you respond to those things, how you take charge of what you do and how you add value to the things around you. This ain't even about the things that happen to you. I can care less about that stuff. They ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. We don't even need to talk about that. So I don't even know why you brought it up. It's not even relevant. And people think that the insignificant details of what happened to them are relevant. And that's the problem. Because you thinking that because where you came from, because somebody said, okay, well, you from Petersburg, so you must be stupid. The school system there is trash, et cetera, et cetera. You sit up here thinking that, okay, well, I'm from Petersburg, so there's a strike against me. Don't nobody care. You go ahead, move halfway across the country, say you from Petersburg, Virginia. They don't even know who the fuck They don't even know where Virginia is.
Big facts.
Bro, I was in California or in Mexico talking to people who were from all over the country, all over the United States, and told them I was from Petersburg, Virginia, like they from there. Like internally, that's what my brain did. Like, well, where you from, Petersburg? Oh no, Virginia. My bad. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Big facts.
That's pretty cool out there. They talking about it like it's the coolest state in the world. Like, oh yeah, Virginia. I love how laid back it is. Like I haven't been there or anything, but you know, I just saw all the pictures of all the like the small towns and stuff, and I kind of love it. Like I would love to be in a place like that. I'm like, oh, okay, sweetheart.
Like go out there if you want to.
Until you get there, but like for real, like yo, nobody knows what you've been through. So if you're looking at the situations that's happening around you or happening to you, that if you're looking at those situations as hindrance to your life, you're looking at them as hindrances to your life because you're making them a hindrance.
Mm-hmm.
You are holding you back from what you need to do.
So that's all right. 3 things. I got like 3 stories about that. So first, about the president thing. As a young kid, we think we can be anything we want, and just to take that a step further, you can. Like, if you wanted to, and I ain't gonna say it's silly. If someone literally wanted to be a ninja out here, you can be a certified ninja. There is a female that is a certified ninja. She trained her butt off, and she is classified as a certified ninja. I don't know what perks that comes with, but if that's something you want to be,
lethal weapon.
You
Yes, gotta go register these hands at the courthouse.
But it's a legit thing. Like anything is possible, and if it's not possible, make it possible. You can make anything you want out here. Your brain is so powerful that like anything you can imagine, literally now it can be a reality. It doesn't even have to be a physical reality. It could be a virtual reality. You want to be a princess, make an avatar and be princess whoever, name yourself whatever. Get in front of a camera with your avatar, the little avatar virtual camera thing. Make a following. Don't make a cult. We don't want that. We don't need any more of those. But if that's something you want to do, it is very much so possible. Another thing, I think I'm forgetting my third one,
All right, so check this out, right? I want to hit that ninja thing real quick. Like, well, I say you be anything you want, right? Watch this. Watch this. All right. And I'm gonna prove that right, right? Even the army lets you be a Jedi. In this realistic world that we live in, bro, the army allows you to be a Jedi.
What?
As a full-fledged religion, bro, you can be a Jedi.
Lord.
And there are people in the army with Jedi as their religion on their dog tag, bro. That they celebrate May the 4th like it's Sunday.
What?
A little bit more flair than a regular Sunday, but bro, they really do. Like that's their Christmas Day, May the 4th. Like real talk. Like there are really people out here who are real life Jedis. Watch this. Watch this. The ninja thing. American Ninja Warrior is a thing.
Boom.
Why, like, yo, for real, like you can literally do whatever you say you want to do. Like if you say it, that's the only thing that makes it happen. Like my man said straight up, like, yo, I'm good where I'm at. If you good where you at, bro, you ain't got no goals, and by all means, bro, you gonna have that's what you gonna have to live with. But the thing is, though, like for real, and I want to hit this, and I want anybody to touch it. Like anybody who's listening to this who feel like they are okay in their current situation, that they are good with the way they are living, or they have no complaints of what's going on. Nobody has complaints about their life while their life is happening. It's always at the end where they had a complaint. When you live, like when people say live your life to the fullest, like live the day like it's the last day, people forget that. People don't even want to do that because they don't even think about the future. And that's the problem. You don't think about the future, and that's why you stuck in today.
Well, some people actually think too much of the future, and then they get into that mindset where, well, the future is too big for me.
Question. No question, bro.
It's too much.
No question. But see, that's the thing. Like I'm telling you right now, like yo, bro, I just had a conversation with a young lady about the same thing because she was depressed about where her future was going because her today don't look like it's supposed to. And I asked her, I'm like, yo, what are you comparing that to? Whose road are you looking at where you think that you just about to control C, control V over to your life right now? Like whose path are you looking at to make you feel that way? Like, why are you feeling like that? Who's talking to you, telling you that you need to be further along because you probably need to cut them out? Like, for real, like, yo, like, I'm telling you, every problem that we have when it comes to what we do is always based on another person. And it shouldn't be like that. That's the problem. Right there. And I wanna hold on to that notion right there, right quick. And I want to talk about that because you thinking that I'm just trying to make my mama proud, I'm trying to make my daddy proud, I'm trying to live up to somebody's expectations, and you ain't even living up to your own expectations. You living up to everything that everybody else wants you to do, but you gotta remember that your path is your path, and they already had their lives, and if they wanted to do it, then they could do it too.
Big facts.
So you basing it off of what somebody think about you, external to you. So now when you gotta live with the fact that you wasted your energy giving your life to somebody else's expectations, now you come back depressed because you didn't spend the adequate amount of time on what you needed to do. That's where the depression comes from. It's always based on somebody else. It ain't even got nothing to do with us. When you listen to the voice when you listen to the Holy Spirit inside of you, you don't have that problem. It's like, okay, the Holy Spirit told me to get up and write today. You don't fuck about no James Patterson.
Big facts.
You don't fuck about no Terry Brooks. Hey, look, for real, I idolize those guys, but I promise you, I ain't got nothing to do with the Arcane and Calamity series, the Aether Universe. Ain't got nothing to do with what I'm doing over here. I promise you it ain't. Yeah, I mean, it goes. There's something to look forward to. Like, but for real, like I got right here on my screen right here. I got the Arcane and Calamity series in a box set. It's a mock-up, and it got from New York Times best-selling author AJ McMullen. Bruh, I can care less about a Terry Brooks. I promise you, on like, hey, idolize my man. Hey, for real, he paved the way for a lot of things that I feel like I'm able to do in my writing. But for real, like his, I'm not bound by the expectations of the world around me, bro. Like that's the part that I'm trying to get people to understand, and I don't think that's the thing that, like, yo, for real, because you feel like you're from a certain situation, you from a certain demographic, or you feel like is a race thing, or whatever the case is, or my religion holding me, like whatever the case is, like yo, you looking at everything else outside of you for the answer, and you just need to hold on to what you got inside, bro. Like you just need
Big facts.
to pick yourself up for a change and stop listening to everybody else and cut off everybody else's expectations, bro. And I think that's the thing that people need to understand, man.
Yeah, it's not more of a outside thing that we need to complete ourselves. It's more of an inside thing that we need to pull out ourselves. I like that video edit uh quote that you used, the Control C. And a lot of times it's not even us pulling something into ourselves. It's like stuff that we're conditioned with. As a young
Right.
age, your parents, they did, XYZ. It didn't really work out for them. So they're, putting these barriers around you. All right, we don't do XYZ because we tried that, it didn't work for us. So we want you to do this. And that might not be the case for, your child or whoever you're, mentoring or trying to inspire. uh their calling might be way different than your calling. They might have just a natural talent for XYZ, and you're trying to get them to ABC. You're trying to get them to go down this other path, be a lawyer or something, when they have this natural ability to, make people laugh, do flips, create things like art. And you want to just like destroy their dreams. Oh, you can't make money with art, you can't. But if you be a lawyer or a doctor, there's surely money in that. Like you'll make whatever and then go up the corporate ladder, and then you might be the head doctor and then you'll make this much money. But with that person, you just snuffed out a dream, a legacy, a whole building that they could have built, like with the team that they had, or with the aspirations that they had. They could have made this, art museum that's 20 stories in the air, and it's just nothing but a collection of their art, local art, other people's art from around the world. You don't know the detriment of like just imagination that you kill when you box a child's mind.
Yeah. And like, I'm over here thinking, right? Because like I know there's something that I didn't touch, right? Um, at in this episode yet. And what time is it? Okay.
So
Um, I'm thinking back on what my man, what he said, like, I'm an ant in this world, bro. Like, not just like sitting here thinking about it, bro. Like, he's just saying that his little life
mm,
is insignificant to this gigantic world, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here wondering, like, who told him that? Like, where did he get that from, bro? And that's the reason why I went into the whole other people's expectations thing, because once again, that still falls into other people's expectations. You're not
mm-hmm.
listening to what's within you. Because if you listen to what's within you, like what's really within you, like I don't think the first thing that comes to mind is I'm an ant and I'm insignificant. Like I think, and some people may have some people may have their goals and dreams so subconsciously pressed down within them that they truly believe that the negative thought that came after is the first thought, if that make any sense. It's like when I said when you're a child and somebody asks you what you want to be, I ain't never heard a child say, "I'm an ant and I can't have an impact on this life." Like a kid don't have that concept. Like a kid can't have that concept until they're taught that concept. Until they're taught that, okay, this world is a scary place. This world is this world is that. Like a kid can't have that thought. So like I'm sitting here thinking about it, and my man, he told me that, and some of you, majority of you, especially those that I come across on a daily basis, you feel like that as well, and it shows in your work ethic. It shows that when you work, you don't feel like the work is going to mean anything. So you're going to half-ass on everything you do. You're going to cut corners on everything that you do. All of your relationships are fake. All of your, like, every bit of happiness that you have is fabricated by some external means. You don't have any internal happiness. So everything that you do is a facade. Like literally, like your whole life is a facade, and then you get to this little point where you say that I'm just an ant, and everything I do is insignificant. But what, like, I go back to this, right? When you're trying to live up to the world around you, it's hard, and it's almost impossible. But when you are the world, when you literally feel like you are the world, I can do worldly things. I can create worlds if I am the world. So think about that. I asked the question earlier in the podcast, right? What's a grain of salt to the ocean? Absolutely nothing, right? It's just a drop in the bucket. You flip a flick of water off your finger into the ocean. The ocean ain't about to raise tides. Like it ain't about to do much, like on a big scale, right?
Right.
But imagine if you did that. If 1,000 people flick a drop of water off of their finger in one place, it might make something happen. Like I can't say one way or another, but I feel like that would make something happen if 1,000 people did it at the same time, right? I don't know. Maybe that's too scientific, but let me break it down a little bit. What's a grain of salt in the ocean? Absolutely nothing. But if you flick your mindset, right, just think of that as me trying to be the expectation, me trying to embody the expectations of the world around me. That means the people that I'm with. That means the environment that I'm in, the friends, the social circle that I have, the amount of money that I have, anything, whatever the case is, that all these external factors around you. If I am a grain of salt, then I mean nothing to the ocean. But change your mindset to say that I can do this in life. I can make this happen in life. At some point, I'm going to have children. At some point, I'm going to have a successful career, and I'm going to jump over leaps and bounds that nobody has ever imagined that I could actually do. So you change your mindset from I'm a grain of salt to I am the salt. And when you do that, watch how much your life changes. Because if you listen to everyone else's expectations, then you don't listen to the spirit within you. You can't. It's not possible to listen to the spirit within you if you're stuck on everybody else's expectations of you. If you're listening to the spirit over here, the spirit over there, you got the spirit here on your shoulder. You got another one here. You're trying to be religious, but that's a whole different ball game in of itself. I mean, we ain't even got to go there because at that point you really screwed yourself up. Be spiritual instead of religion. So that's a different episode. But we ain't gonna go there. But you're trying to do all of these other things, but you're doing everything against what you need to do within you. So when you become the salt, and stop looking at it as I'm just a grain of salt in this huge ocean. I can't control the ocean when I'm a grain of salt. I can't. But if I am the salt, I can pick it up and I can move it if I need to.
Big facts. Yeah, it's all a mind thing. It takes a lot of programming, because as we said before, people, we don't get this way. We're taught that we have limitations, we have boundaries, we have things that we can't cross, and most of the time it's all a lie. Like, we can do whatever we want to do. Like we said before, if you want to become a ninja, whatever, all it does, it takes discipline. It takes you setting a path for yourself, you plotting out a path, you sticking to it. It may be, bumps in the road, obstacles, they're gonna happen. It's a part of life. Anything you want to do, it's not gonna come easy. It's not gonna, I want this and it's gonna be there the next day. No, you gotta work for it. You gotta dream for it. You have to live your goal. You have to live your dream day in, day out, night and day, 24, 28, 28, no, 26, 8. You got to put in the time and effort. Like, it's not going to come easy. You may get discouraged even that, like, hey, this is too hard. It might be, but think of the end of your goal. Once you've completed it, you're going to set a whole new wave for people behind you. You're going to make a better life for your kids, that if you plan on having kids. But if not, you'll make a better legacy for, other people's kids. Like, you will impact more than just yourself. And that's another thing that you have to, realize, that what you're going to do is not just going to be for you. It might be, you're doing it for yourself, but in the end, it's going to impact way more than you imagine. Books, digital content, this podcast, when we're dead and gone, it's going to still continue to impact the lives of others. And that's magical all on its own. Like, why doesn't that give you strength, for real, for real? But yeah.
All right. So let's end it off on this note, bro. After this, we can go ahead and put a pin in it. It just keeps us from repeating the same thing over. But I want to put it like simple as I possibly can, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like you don't have any goals, you're a liar. I've never seen a person in this world who has lived life and experienced things who has never desired to be something. Nobody who has ever won the lottery has woke up and was like, okay, I think I'm just going to go back and do the same shit that I was doing at first. Because they have desires. There is no human on this planet, absolutely no human on this planet, that has ever not had a vision or a goal to do something more than what they have already done. Never. So what you're telling people, if you're walking around saying that you don't have a goal, you are a liar. And I don't need you to prove it to me that you actually don't have a goal. What I need you to do is I need you to stop doing what you're doing and just think. That's all I need you to do. Just think about what it is that you want out of life. And then instead of looking at it as I can't do it, look at the steps that it's going to take to get to where you want to go, or get the things that you want, and just figure out how somebody else can do it for you. And I promise you, that's where the money comes in at, bro. That's how Jeff Bezos became what he is today, man.
That's interesting. Because when you said that, I was just thinking of uh about the people we work with and the people that are out here that think that they're lost, that they have nothing to offer to the world. There's something that makes you happy, and we've said this on a previous episode before. Uh, if you sat down and think of all the things that makes you happy that you just do naturally, there's a goal for that. There's a plan for that. There's a job for that, a need for that. But it's just like we can't get people out of their own heads and get out of this conditioned mindset that they're insignificant. What they love or what they want to do is insignificant, and it's just like you said, all they need to do is just think and break past that barrier. But yeah, that's all I was thinking.
All right.
Sorry to cut you off.
As we go ahead and wrap it up, man. Before we start fading off any more than we already did.
All right, man. We got anything coming up?
We're currently working on the edits for book 4 in the Arcana Calamity series.
Okay.
That's Shadows of Meridia.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most polarizing stories that I think I've ever written, but I'm gonna let everybody else tell me that instead of coming up with that on my own. It's just the amount of character internal conflict that's going on, and just the things that's happening in the universe of the Arcana Calamity right now. When the Aether universe right now is amazing, and just watching it be able to unfold is pretty interesting, bro.
Okay.
However, one thing that I want to add here is that the next book 5 of the Arcana Calamity series, actually connects to the story that you and I went over. So
Okay.
that's going to be a interesting thing that's going to take place. Probably, like, I'm thinking about when I want to start that series, because that's a completely different series. But it's also in the next generation of the Aether universe. So I think that's in generation 2, actually. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to start that. It's going to be interesting, man. And I'm loving where everything is going. I'm loving how the universe is coming together, and all the characters all of the 250 characters on the list are actually becoming relevant in the story. So yeah, everything is amazing at this point over here. Still trying to figure out when we're going to get back into conventions. As of right now, the only thing that we have planned is September 24th is Black Ink Con. I believe September the 24th is Black Ink Con, and we will be in Chesapeake. Don't have an address yet, but I do believe it's at a Chesapeake library somewhere out there. I don't have all the details as of yet, but I will be sending that out soon.
Okay. Word. On my end, just a lot more studying. Studying with Blender and Unreal, bringing things together. Epic had they just put up their free for the month asset packs. I got a like Western cyberpunkish modular like landscape. It's literally like old towns or whatever, like floating in the air. Fluid Ninja, things for like gas and like fire to be more fluent and realistic. Got some packs for that. All free.
Putting that out for Unreal or Blender?
Unreal.
Like, is that okay?
Stuff you can put in. Yeah. They have each month they will give out like, I think it's like five 5 packs, like free stuff, free assets that you could put in, use whenever, wherever.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Kudos to them. A lot of studying on this end. So stay tuned, see what we have up. This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we love y'all.
Peace, love y'all.